A lot of sports to discuss today. We'll preview the 42nd annual City All-Star Football Game, a lacrosse pop quiz, baseball and softball talk with Frankie, and Quickball. What is that, you ask? Find out next on Varsity Voice presented by SFBN. Talking about one final thought. Let's get a big, bold prediction. Welcome to another edition of Varsity Voice presented by SFBN. I'm your host, Bluestein, and Frankie. We've had a chance to talk a lot about some of the top lacrosse teams and players in the area, and today I really wanted to focus on the top baseball and softball players in the area because there's a lot of them. I wanted to make sure that we started at the top with perhaps the best baseball prospect in this area, and that's Nolan Jones.
Right, he's shortstop out of Holy Ghost Prep. He has a lot of power and arm strength. He's an MLB prospect. He's committed to Virginia, but depending on how things go in the first round on June 9th for the draft, who knows where his future will end up. Yeah,
he could end up as a first rounder, as you mentioned, and I think Virginia may be disappointed that they won't be getting Nolan Jones, but he's a great hitter, as you mentioned, clutch hitter at that too, because on Saturday he had the game-winning homer in the 10th inning against LaSalle in a 3-2 victory. Holy Ghost Prep, they're the defending District 1 3A champs, probably the favorites again this year, so we'll see how Holy Ghost Prep and Nolan Jones finish out the year. And talked about Major League Baseball prospects. There's another player in the city that's getting some looks as well, Dan Hammer from Father Judge.
Right, he's committed to Pittsburgh, and he's just taken over the Catholic League by shutting down his opponents. He has 4 saves on the year. And he's also bringing in some Major League prospects as well. Yeah,
you mentioned about the 4 saves, doing a great job in relief, but he's also starting games and striking out hitters. He's just doing a phenomenal job for Father Judge, and they're kind of a surprising team. Everybody expected LaSalle, Wood, Newman Goretti to be competitive in there, but not so much Father Judge. Doing a great job. We'll see if they can sustain that success. They've got a big game against the defending champs, Archbishop Wood, on May 11th, so we'll see how he does there. Speaking of good pitching, there's another very good pitcher, but on the softball field for Avon Grove. We've talked about her before on the show, and that's Maggie Ballant.
Right, Oregon commit, right? So on Friday, Maggie threw a no-hitter game against Westchester Henderson, and she struck out 15 batters. She's 11-2 on the year. That was her 4th shutout this season. And as well as shutting her opponents out, she's also doing well hitting as well.
Yeah, she accounted for the only run in that game. Hit a home run, 1-0 was the final against Henderson. And she's just having a phenomenal year. You mentioned about Oregon, going to be playing in the great Pac-12 conference out west. So we'll see how she does there next year. Another very good player who has decided to stay local is Sarah Ostaszewski from Archbishop Ryan. She'll be playing at St. Joseph's University next year.
Right, she'll be close to home, but unfortunately she won't have her younger sisters, Emily and Kate, on the Hawks with her next year, as she does with Ryan this year.
Yeah, that trio really doing a great job, and of course Emily and Kate will be there next year for Archbishop Ryan. They're having a good year this year. Ostaszewski, the defending PCL MVP, and the team, they're the defending champions of the league and having a good year so far. So that's the trio, the Ostaszewski trio, but there's a duo doing a pretty good job at Garnet Valley, Tomasetti and Alderman.
Right, this dynamic duo, they grew up together. They've been playing together since they were 9 years old. Tomasetti is a contact hitter who likes to get on the base, whereas Alderman is she's a cleanup hitter, which gets all the runners in.
Yeah, Sam Tomasetti found an interesting stat at the end of April. She got on base almost 75% of her plate appearances, which is phenomenal. And Reva Alderman leads the team in home runs and RBIs. So the Garnet Valley Jaguars are in good hands with that duo this year. They're going their separate ways next year, though. Tomasetti going to Hofstra and Alderman going to Lehigh, somewhat local. So we'll see how their college careers go. And, baseball and softball, I'm so glad we had a chance to talk about these players. They're such great games. But when we return, we'll introduce you to a new program that can help kids with the fundamentals of those games. Next on Varsity Voice presented by SFBN.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Bucksmont Indoor Sports Center is the area's largest indoor sports and event center with over 78,000 square feet of playing and expo surface. We offer year-round programs for toddlers to teens, as well as an extensive adult league program in a variety of sports. Celebrate your birthday with an unforgettable party. Choose from Nerf turf tag, bubble soccer, or a variety of activities for a party everyone will be talking about. Bucksmont is the first and only facility in the area to offer bubble ball soccer. See if you have what it takes to beat the bubble. Visit our facility, conveniently located in Hatfield, PA. For the love of the game, it's Bucksmont Indoor Sports Center.
I got the personal attention I needed, I had a lot of options when I graduated, and as far as I'm concerned, this is my dream job.
Ryder prepared me for my NBA career, and I also got the education that I need for life after basketball.
I had 6 teaching internships while I was at Ryder, and right after graduation, I started a career that I love.
Are you ready for prom? Well, SFBN is. We have partnered up with several local businesses to offer our high school viewers discounts on major prom-related purchases. Clark's Premier Limousine for transportation, the Men's and Boys Store for tux rentals, LB's Cuts for men's haircuts, In Good Hands Salon for hair and nails, and Dress Up Time for prom dresses. Go to www.sfbnprom.com to receive your promo code today.
Welcome back. I had the opportunity to play high school baseball, and growing up I played t-ball and wiffle ball. But now there's a new game that not only could be a better training technique for baseball and softball, but kids all the way up through high school could play this in organized leagues. Here's more on Quickball.
Here today with Frank, and he's with Ambler Sports Academy. So Frank, we'd like to know a little bit about this game. We have a Quickball here, and it's a little bit different from baseball. So why don't you give us a little bit of the background on how you got involved in this game?
Several years ago, we started running summer camps out of Ambler Sports Academy, and we started using the Quickball games brought up by my partner Shannon Gumby to incorporate all different levels of baseball players into our afternoon games. Previously, we were playing traditional baseball and softball and saw a big disparity between the beginner, the mid-range player, and the very high-level player. And we introduced Quickball as a means of safe play, and we realized very quickly that the higher level player enjoyed it more because he or she was able to compete with kids that have never played before, and it kind of leveled the playing field.
So starting when they're how old? 5?
Well, we have a program here at Glenside where we're at today, 4 to 6 years old, is that we have eliminated T-ball. And the reason we eliminate T-ball is because as a phys ed teacher, the best way to teach hand-eye coordination is to allow natural swing path to meet the ball, not to put a ball in a place and expect little kids to unnaturally make contact with bats that are too heavy for them. Most parents will tell you the hardest thing to do is to find a bat for a 4-year-old. They're all too heavy no matter where you shop or what kind you buy.
That's right. Yeah.
So we kind of eliminated that and gave them the lighter bat and the lighter ball so they could swing as we would swing a bat. And then basically we watch them swing naturally, and then we, as the teacher, toss the ball into their swing path to create hand-eye coordination success.
And Shannon, you've been with this Quickball now for a number of years. Now you've developed several different types of games or aspects of baseball and kind of changed the game a little bit. So why don't you explain how that works?
We are going back to the grassroots. We often talk about what made many of us that are a little bit older be successful at the game is what you did out in the backyard or the playground with your friends and just playing out there and diving all over the place and having only 4 or 5 players. And we've, all you gotta do is drive around any park today in an afternoon in the summer and you kind of don't see that anymore. No. And so what we've done is basically replicated the games that we played as kids and we've made it part of our curriculum actually.
So let's talk about the ball and the different ways you hold it. I guess we'll start with the simulated baseball and then move to the simulated softball.
Yes.
You want to switch balls?
Each of the balls, so we actually have a racquetball size ball also, and then we have the baseball size ball and the softball size ball. The way the ball was designed and the physics behind it, anytime you're putting just a remote amount of pressure on the dot or the button, the ball will go straight and true. And as you saw how today with our players, this ball will go from third base to first base on a straight line without any movement. The other thing is we've developed the ability to throw curveballs, and in doing so, basically a right-handed curveball just needs to be held so that the cuts are on the inside of your hand, and the ball just needs to be snapped straight down as though you're throwing a fastball, and you'll get that right-handed movement. Flipping the ball over so that the cuts are on the ring finger side of your hand, the same thing will occur, but we're now throwing like a screwball.
Like a screwball.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then putting the cuts on the top, we'll get a change up that sinks down. The interesting thing about this, though, is the softball-sized ball, throwing it underhand, does everything I just described throwing it overhand.
So what we do in our games is we have levels, and we have multiple games, but the one you saw here today is an inning from our cycle game. And the inning you saw was the double play, double cycle, second inning. And what happens there is the hitter hits into the field no matter where he or she hits. The defensive team has to successfully turn a double play before the runner makes it to second safely. So no matter where it's hit, pitcher, center fielder, the ball has to be thrown to second base. Second baseman has to successfully get the out, pivot, and throw to first before they are safe at second base. It teaches the fundamentals of baseball and softball without slowing it down. It eliminates the boredom, and it allows them to play the game more naturally, which I think is missing in the way we're developing youth baseball players and softball players. Everybody who comes in contact and sees it at any age wants to play. We do run into some purists, some conservative baseball folks, and once they see it and once they understand what's actually happening, they fall in love harder than the beginner, the parent that never played. And I'll just give you a quick little story. One of the major breakthroughs we had, and I had as a coach, and I saw the pure beauty of this game. 5-year-old kids actually on this field in a fall game. The home run cycle, we were up to home run, which is inning 4.
Fourth inning.
Okay,
right.
the fourth inning. 5-year-old kid hits one over the boards. It's a real home run.
Wow.
But in this particular inning, it's not over. You still have to leg it out. So an advanced player runs behind the board, he throws it in to the cutoff man, naturally, without any instruction. Throws it home, and part of that inning is you have to trace a double play, and then the first baseman has to hit our auto ump before the runner to kind of simulate the cut 4 play.
Right.
Okay? So in the first time around, kid hits the ball, they get it to the first baseman, he throws, he misses. The kid playing pitcher stands there and everybody's yelling, get the ball, so he runs and gets the ball. 2 batters later, we have the same situation unfold. This time, the pitcher backed up.
This time he went to the right spot.
A 5-year-old ran behind the board. Bad throw. He picks it up. He tosses it back to the first baseman.
Love it.
Hits the target. And I had a father say to me, 17-year-old kids I've seen struggle with backing up as a pitcher.
I've seen many 17-year-olds
Yeah, and
make
I
that
said,
mistake.
we just had a 5-year-old do it naturally, instinctively,
Yes.
because of the way this game was designed.
And he'll never forget it.
And he'll never forget. So if we can get them to fall in love early with intense movement, not being bored, enjoying the game and having fun, then we've got them forever.
The Sports Fan Base Network, this area's leader in high school sports broadcasting, is continually bringing you the most in-depth coverage. Join us for Varsity Voice every other Wednesday at 6 and 10:30 p.m. on TCN.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Pop Quiz is brought to you by Gear Up, a federally funded program designed to increase the number of students who are prepared to enter and succeed in post-secondary education. Gear Up provides early college awareness and academic support to students beginning no later than 7th grade, following them through high school graduation. For more information, go to www.philasd.org. Welcome back. It's time for the Pop Quiz, and we have another graduate edition of the Pop Quiz as we bring back Geoff Harris from WCHE. Geoff, welcome back.
I appreciate you bringing me back on.
So we have a lot of lacrosse to discuss. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. It's time for the pop quiz. We'll start with girls lacrosse. Who will win the big girls lacrosse SFBN Game of the Week on Thursday, May 5th? Will it be A, Agnes Irwin out of the Interac, or B, Moorestown from New Jersey?
I really want to go with the hometown team. I really want to go with Agnes Irwin, but I have to go with B. I have to go with Moorestown, and there are a few reasons why. Moorestown only gives up about 6.5 goals per game, also can score just about 15 goals per game. So can Agnes Irwin. The only difference is that they give up close to 12 goals per game. Agnes Irwin has about 17 players on their current roster right now going to play collegiate lacrosse. However, I think that in this specific game, the game of the week, Moorestown's going to come out victorious.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going with Agnes Irwin out of the Interac. They're coming off a big win in overtime, 7-6 over Episcopal Academy, a revenge game where they lost to EA earlier in the year. They've had some players that have been injured. They're slowly getting their starting lineup back. Coach Jenny Duckenfield, great coach, and Agnes Irwin beat Moorestown in New Jersey last year. So Agnes Irwin is home. I'm going with Agnes Irwin. All right, let's move on to the boys now. LaSalle coming off a big win over St. Joe Prep. So, true or false, LaSalle will win the Catholic League title?
I'm going to go with true. LaSalle will win the Catholic League title. They're ranked just about top 15 in the state. I think coming in right about 13, 14 area. Great coaching, great experience. Again, multiple players that are going to go play at the collegiate level. LaSalle will win the Catholic League title.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to say true. I think their win over St. Joseph's Prep on Friday was the true test to see who would be the favorite in the Catholic League. LaSalle was home. They took advantage of that, and I think that they have a chance to win the Catholic League and maybe even go far in the state tournament just like St. Joseph's Prep did last year, so I'm going to agree and say true. All right, going to the Interac now. The Haverford School coming off their second win of the year over Malvern Prep. So with that said, who will win the Interac championship? A, the Haverford School, B, Malvern Prep, or C, other?
I'm going to go with the team you just talked about. I'm going to go with A, Haverford. They're going to win. You know, you alluded to them beating Malvern Prep for the second time this year, ranked 3rd in the state, 85th nationally. They have the experience. They have the tools to win and win at high levels. They're going to come out victorious.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to say the Haverford School as well. They had a big comeback win against Malvern Prep at Malvern Prep. That game was on SFBN, a game that Malvern led 9-5 going into the fourth quarter. Haverford School won 10-9. And then in this game at Haverford, they just dominated from start to finish. So I have confidence that the Haverford School will win the Interac this year. All right, let's go to the suburbs now, Geoff. True or false? After beating Springford in their toughest test of the year, Upper Dublin boys lacrosse will finish the season undefeated.
I'm going to go with true. They are going to finish this season undefeated, Upper Dublin that is. They have some tough games coming up. They play Wissahickon again, who they completely demolished 17-1 earlier in the season. They have Springfield Township. They have Springfield Delco. They also play a winless Cheltenham team. Upper Dublin will win or will finish the season undefeated, true.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to say true as well. You know, that Springford game was definitely their toughest test of the year, and they passed it, and you're right, the schedule not that strong going forward. So we'll see what happens in the state tournament, but for the regular season, I think they will finish undefeated, so I'm going to agree and say true. All right, Geoff, I know you're a boys volleyball coach, so I wanted to make sure I threw a volleyball question here for you. So, final question of the pop quiz. The best boys volleyball team in this area is blank.
I'm going to go with Penridge. You know, we played Penridge twice. Myself personally also played them when I was in high school. And their coach, Dave Childs, who's been there about 10 or 11 years, is extremely experienced. He builds players up through the program, makes them, you know, from small freshmen into completely grown seniors that know how to play the game correctly. They go to the state tournament every year. He was even part of the 1998 Souderton state championship team as a freshman when he attended Souderton. So coaching, experience on the playing level, Penridge is the best team in our area.
Honestly, I have no idea, so I'm going to default to you, and it doesn't matter anyway because you pass our pop quiz. Congratulations, Geoff.
Thanks.
We'll be right back with more here on Varsity Voice presented by SFBN.
Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Do you like pro sports?
Yeah.
You like college sports?
Of course.
You like high school sports?
I guess.
Maybe you just don't know much about them.
Hey, voice in the sky.
Huh?
Where can I go to learn more about Philadelphia area high school athletics?
Just watch Varsity Voice every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. on TCN.
Welcome back. SFBN will be broadcasting the All-Star City football game on May 26th, and I had the opportunity to catch up with some of the players and coaches involved at the game on Picture Day. Coach, tell me how it feels to be coaching the All-Star City football game.
I think it's a great event. It's one of the prestigious all-star games that are around. The amount of talent that comes out of Philadelphia year in, year out on both sides, the non-public and the public, it's just tremendous. And we have kids going to all the country to play college football, and it speaks volumes about our schools.
Okay, and tell me the difference between coaching a regular football game with the program that you're with and then coaching this game.
Well, this is a neat experience because guys you battle against all year, guys that you see on film, guys you play against, guys you read about. Now you're on the same team, and you get to share those memories and those bonding experiences and the relationships that the kids will build together.
Okay, and tell me your favorite part about coaching the All-Star City football team.
Well, like I said, it's a great event. It's so much history and tradition in this game, and being a former player and coaching and being an assistant coach in the game, it's just a tremendous thing. I think it's one of the best all-star games around, and something that I think every kid should be involved with.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, are you excited to be a part of the Philadelphia All-Star City football game, a 40-year tradition in Philadelphia?
I'm very excited. I'm just very happy, very blessed to have the opportunity and partake in the game. A lot of my teammates, a lot of people that I know have partaken in the game, and it just feels honored and a blessing to be able to continue the tradition.
It's awesome. I really can't wait to compete in it. Get to play with a great group of guys, great group of coaches, and something with so much tradition. It's just going to be an awesome experience to play in it.
I'm excited that my last year I'll be playing with a couple of people that I went against during the season, so it's going to be a fun experience. Like now that we're going to have chemistry together before we go to college.
Yes, I'm extremely excited from where I come from, my school, and everything. This is it's a blessing, the whole process.
Okay, now tell me your mindset going into this game. Are you in it just for fun? Do you want to win? A little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, anytime you play a football game, you definitely want to win, but it's fun. It's an all-star game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
My mentality is to win, but to have fun. Like not as a regular season, but I still want to win, but I want to have fun and to go on to go to college. So I don't want to get hurt. So just to play hard and have fun and play with it. It's going to be a nice experience to play with different running backs, to block for different running backs and everything. So different people that's not from your school that you played against and you know that they're real good. So that's going to be a nice experience.
I'm trying to win and have a good time with the kids on the team. I mean, it's always whenever you're on the football field, it's a competition. But I'm excited to hit the field with the guys, and it's going to be both. It's going to be fun and a competition.
Well, it's like half and half. Like it's more so because I love the game so much. I want to have fun, but it's hard work that comes before that to make the having fun process better.
I'm used to winning. I love winning, so I want to go in the game. I want to win. I want to dominate. Bring a lot of pressure from the defensive line and hold them to 0 points.
And now there are a lot of your teammates on the team as well playing with you, but you also have some former opponents that are now on the same side. What is that like?
It's different, but it's fun because I know these guys. I played with these guys before, so it's gonna be a fun game.
It's a little bit weird because y'all was like rivals, and y'all always trying to play to win the championship or state. So it's a little bit weird, but it's kind of all still the same because like y'all all want to win. So now y'all all gonna build that chemistry like a family. So y'all gonna build a close bond, and it's gonna bring everybody together real close.
It feels very empowering that to see all the public league players, the best players in the pub, to come together, and that we're all on one team, and all the talent can be able to come out into one unit.
It's definitely interesting and a lot of fun. I mean, we play against them during the year, and it's definitely interesting. But we all get along at the end of the day. Off the field, we all have fun. We all meet up, and I mean, we're just opponents on the field, so we're getting along off the field fine. And especially now we're on the same team, we should be fine.
Okay, and how was it to be coaching the Philadelphia All-Star football game, a 40-year tradition here in Philadelphia?
It's a really big honor. I mean, I was blessed to be able to play in this game when we had our very first night game. So to be able to come back with these young guys and the coach is an amazing honor, and I'm very excited to be able to represent the public league.
Okay, now tell me the difference between coaching a regular season game versus this game in particular.
Well, this game is really about all these young people. It's about once you win the game or you lose the game, there is no trophy or stuff like that, but it's more of a bragging right type deal. But it's the last way of sending these young people out of their last high school football game, and just an amazing event, amazing feeling.
Right. I know you have some of your own players from Imhotep on the team as well. What is it like to be coaching some new players, maybe for the first time?
You know what? I'm a fan. So to get a chance to coach against somebody that you scouted and somebody that you heard about through the paper and things like that, to get it, it's an amazing, amazing opportunity, and I'm always excited about that.
Right. Now tell me your favorite part of the All-Star City football game.
Getting to know these young people, having a couple weeks to build relationships with these guys, and just hear them call me coach is also a great thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The All-Star City football game is a great tradition here in Philadelphia. I just want to say thank you to all the players and coaches who took the time out of that day to speak with me.
And check out how you can watch that game and a whole lot more on our website. Well, that about wraps things up for this edition of Varsity Voice. And Frankie, we've been in spring sports mode the last few episodes. Kind of weird to be talking about football this time of year.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but honestly, I think football finds its way to linger on throughout the whole year.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that game should really be a phenomenal game. So, Frankie, thank you very much for joining us today.
Always a pleasure to be here.
For Frankie Stokes, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm really excited to cover that game. There's so many things.
Oh, absolutely. Especially because we had
Select video equipment for Varsity Voice has been provided by DMP Video. DMP Video. You provide the moment, we'll capture the memories. For more information about our videography services, please go to our website at www.dmpvid.com.
Sports Fan Base Network, this area's leader in high school sports broadcasting, is continually bringing you the most in-depth coverage. Join us for Varsity Voice every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. on TCN, where we'll have interviews with players, coaches, writers, and more, plus analysis, highlights, and in-depth features on major topics in the Delaware Valley high school sports community. Tune in every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. on TCN for the best high school sports show around, Varsity Voice, presented by SFBN.